Hi, this is Mending Mahogany. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for tuning in. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm still on the road to reach my 1,000 subscriber mark. So please do that. So, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing well. I realize that fall started this week and it's a little different down here since down here in North Carolina. I am originally from New York. I moved to North Carolina. If you watch my content, you know that I've been in North Carolina. This July 5th was 1 year. So the weather is so different. Today was 89 degrees, and I'm like, it don't even feel like fall, but it is fall. Fall started this week. I think it was on the 22nd. So I hope everyone enjoyed their summer and you had an amazing summer. My summer was, I ain't got no complaints. First of all, the weather down in North Carolina. That is one of my most favorite things about living in North Carolina, the weather. I just enjoy it. Although you could get like down here, I do see that it could be hot during the day, cooler at night. So you kind of got to keep all your clothes out. When you lived in New York, you would like pack away your summer stuff and then bring out your winter stuff. Down here, you just got to keep it all out because you get different kind of temperatures throughout the day. But what did I do this summer? So I wanted to discuss 3 points. I got my little pad because sometimes I'll be rambling. I got to get better at that, guys. I got to get better at that. But one thing I did this summer is I flew to Dallas by myself. To some of you people, that might not be a big deal, but I've never gone anywhere without my husband. I've been married next month. No, November will be 27 years. So, I'm used to traveling with my husband. But this summer, I traveled all by myself from North Carolina to Dallas. I went to the Pretty But Powerful conference, and that was done by the beautiful, anointed, kind, wonderful. I can't say so much wonderful things about her. My mentor, Shannon Savoy, Narc Free Living. If you're on YouTube, that's what you know her by. And it was just a wonderful conference. I got to personally meet some women that I have been just online with, doing conferences, doing workshops with. And it was a beautiful thing to finally meet the women that, I've been interacting with over the past couple of years. So that was great. Another thing that I did this summer was my mom's birthday was in August, and I finally got to take my mom out on the boat. My mom was driving the boat. I got some video of her driving the boat. We're still new boaters. It's a lot of stuff that we're still learning, but me and my husband working as a team. We trying to get this boat thing down, getting it in the water, getting it out. We have a pontoon boat that holds about 10 people. But when I tell you how beautiful Lake Gaston is, if you spend a day out on Lake Gaston, it's just beautiful. It's just the beautiful homes and just the wind blowing. It's just, I really enjoy having a boat. We were kind of like on the fence. Do we want a boat since we're retired? Did we want a boat? Did we want an RV? But I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be doing all that breakdown and setup because my in-laws have an RV. And if it's your thing, that's cool. But me, it really wasn't my thing to constantly have to break down and set up. When you're out camping, you got to make sure you have everything from A to Z. Even something as small as like if you forget a can opener, that could like mess everything up. So we decided on getting a boat. We went to a boat show. I think it was in February last year. We did a little research and we decided that we wanted to purchase a pontoon boat. And that's what we did. And it's just been a beautiful summer out on the boat, just enjoying ourselves. And with fall ending, with summer ending and fall starting, it's a new season. So, There's 4 seasons. Everybody knows that. I'm not going to teach people that, but I was thinking about how sometimes you can try and bring an old thing into a new season. And I was talking to my husband, and um, he was talking about having to let certain relationships be what they are because he had been, reaching out to a certain person and he didn't feel that same energy. He felt like I'm reaching out and I'm doing this and that, but I'm not feeling that same energy. So, we were discussing just letting relationships take their course. Sometimes you cannot bring old relationships into a new season. And if you are like us, we've relocated, we're in a different state. So, of course, the friendships and things that we had back in New York, they're going to be different. Sometimes your friendships take on a transformation. It's different. That doesn't mean that you are no longer friends, but with distance and different things that change in some people's lives, just the relationships are different. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with the transition of relationships because all relationships change. People change. That doesn't mean that you no longer care for people, but situations and people and relationships change. And you have to be okay with that. So as I was thinking about that as we're going into a different season. You cannot bring old things into a new season. So if that's what you're trying to do, you might want to reconsider that. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, like, okay, let's say for food, let's use food as an example. Have you ever liked a certain food and then all of a sudden you have this food and you're like, I don't like this anymore. And, like it used to be good. I used to enjoy it, but I'm no longer, your taste buds change as you get, because I remember when I was younger, I used to like cottage cheese. You put cottage cheese in front of me now, we're going to have a major problem. I don't like cottage cheese. Don't put cottage cheese in front of me. I don't care what you put on it. I don't care if you put fruit. I don't care what you do to cottage cheese. I do not eat cottage cheese. But when I was younger, I used to like it. So I said all of that to say it's okay with things changing and relationships changing, seasons change. But that doesn't mean how you feel for a person doesn't change. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay to just let stuff be what it is. Because if you try to force things, it just doesn't work. So you got to let things be what they are. My birthday's next month. I will be 54. I don't mind telling my age. You know why I don't mind telling my age? Because I ain't trying to be young. If you would say, would you want to go back to being 25? No. I enjoy being my age. I'm okay with aging. If you know me and you follow my content, you know that I'm no longer dyeing my hair to have gray hair. I'm okay with being the age that I am. I thank God that I have reached the age I am. My father died at a very young age. He did not even live to be 30. So for me to be going to be 54 next month, it's a blessing because there's only one alternative to getting older, and that's not being here anymore. And I want to be here. I got more life to live. I got more love to give. I got more things to do. So I'm okay with aging. Um, Another thing that I wanted to say is that I'm going to be bringing on my man for some content. Me and my husband been discussing some things, and I want to bring him onto my platform because, you know, my husband is very intelligent. Of course, everybody will say that about their husband, as you should. But I just want to bring my husband on because we have a lot of great conversations that I would like to bring you in on and, get some feedback because it's a lot. We be talking about some good stuff. And our anniversary is in November. We'll be married 27 years. I I can't even believe it's been 27 years. It doesn't, I got married when I was 27. I'll be 54. And when I tell you time, remember that song Janet used to have? Funny how time flies when you're having fun. I've been having fun. I don't have no complaints. Um, I enjoy being his wife. He's a great husband. He 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 loves me the way that I want to be loved. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But he's a good man, and I know what side of the bread my I know what side of the what was they say? I know what side of the bread my butter. I know. If anybody knows what I'm trying to say, let me know. But I know that I have a good man and I appreciate him. And to God be the glory, because it's only God that can really hold a relationship together because it's, the two shall become one. So the thing in marriage, the battles in marriage is the two people becoming one because you're coming into the relationship with your stuff, he's coming with his stuff. But when you allow God to be the center of it, you become one. And I enjoy being one with him. So, yeah, I want to bring my husband on for some content. We're kind of figuring out some things we want to talk about, but my boo will be on for some content. Me and my husband, we have been going to the gym consistently for almost 3 months. And, I, being retired, we're both retired, you know, I'm like, babe, you don't realize like when you're getting up, going to work 7 days a week and you're at work and you're walking here, you're doing this, you're just doing what you have to do, going through the motions of your life. But once you're retired and you don't have that, your movement kind of slows down. So we both said, we got to get to the gym. We got to keep these bones going and we got to keep the body working how it should be working. So we have been consistently going to the gym 3 days a week. Sometimes we only do 2 days a week, but we have been doing it together, like we're each other's motivator, which I like because some days I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. And it's crazy because we only be there for like 40 minutes out of your whole day, 3 times a week isn't really that much time, but you got to stay motivated and it becomes second nature. And I know working out is a tricky thing because sometimes you're consistent for a couple of months and you fall into a slump. But as long as you get back up, get back up. If you get into a slump, get back up. Just don't stop. Quitters never win and winners never quit. As long as you don't stop and you try to be as consistent as you can, you'll see results. And yeah, I'm reading I'm just giving y'all an update on my life, just giving y'all a little update. So I'm reading a book now called What the Fireflies Knew by Kai Harris. And it's not a Christian book, but I'm really enjoying it because it's a book told by the perspective of a little girl. Of course, she's a little African American girl. Her name is KB, and she has a sister named Naya. And she's just navigating through life. Her father died of a drug overdose. Her mother's in a psychiatric ward, and she starts living with her grandfather. And it's just, I just started it, but I'm really enjoying it because I don't know. I just kind of like see myself in this little black girl. Did I have the same things as she had? Some, things, some things not, but she's just navigating life. And I'm just really enjoying it. I don't know. I'm a reader. I like reading. So I belong to a few book clubs. I heard the author's name and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, that's really all I had to say. I just want to thank all of my returning viewers and all my new viewers for tuning in to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. This is Mending Mahogany. Have a good night.